For about 2 years, I've been in a long-distance relationship. I love her laugh, her personality, and just being with her. Oh, you didn't think I meant dating, did you? No, she's my best friend. And that makes it even harder. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the splendiferous Katie. With the end of my sophomore year, especially being at an international school where IGCSEs end after sophomore year, a lot of people leave. Like a lot. Like I'm talking about like half the grade. I like to call it the British migration, where everyone who's mildly British and even others decide to suddenly move for their last 2 years of high school. One thing I noticed about an international school versus a small public school in America is that the typical departure routine changes pretty drastically. In a small Texas town that I was in, when somebody left, it was basically the equivalent of their funeral. You give them offerings, gifts, anything for them to remember you in their new life. But then, at an international school, someone leaves and it's just kind of like... So I was with my friend
Hey,
Carl.
Cullen, I'm leaving.
Oh, you're leaving?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, see you.
Okay.
So anyway, with Carl... People say they're leaving here, and unless you are their best friend, it doesn't really cause any sort of ripple effect. They just kind of disappear from space and time, and that's it. Both of my parents were military brats and lived abroad in Asia for their high school years, and when they had somebody move, it was a lot more similar to the small town feel, where they suddenly disappeared. They were gone. And I mean gone. Unless you had their phone number or their address, they just kind of disappeared. Anyways, back to Katie. This time last year, my friend Katie moved to Singapore. She was a grade older than me, but we still quickly became best friends because our sense of humor was so similar, obnoxious, you know, anything basically Tumblr. It was really sad because even to this day, she's one of the only people who understands my sense of humor and how obnoxiousness can be hilarious. She's also one of the only people I know who values making a fool out of yourself for the sense of a joke. After getting Starbucks for the last time on a warm summer day, she officially moved to Singapore. Until I came back, I didn't really even feel that she was gone. Once I got back to school and came into the cafeteria, I really noticed that she was no longer at my school, and it was official. Right after winter break, she came back to visit because her school had a different time period for winter break. So she came back to visit for a week while everyone was studying for midterms. I spent my nights doing exactly what we did before she left, watching American Horror Story and eating our weight in cookie dough. After the shortest week of my life, she went back to Singapore and simply became a face on my Skype screen once again. My school seems to have this magical number of students where easily someone can blend into the crowd and you can think they've left or that they're still there, only to find out that the opposite actually happened to them. Now, after months and months of research, it took many hours and many long dedicated nights of staying up late and racking my brain. You see, my friends, the answer is Facebook. With the addition of Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, iChat, any single messaging system where you can talk to someone over the internet, somebody's vacation or anything just feels like you're in different rooms, not on different sides of the world. When my mom was traveling abroad, she was only able to make international calls because they were so expensive on special occasions like Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays. And even if you did have a chance to make that call, it would cost bank. Thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and all the other people who made social networking what it is today, being apart across the world doesn't have to feel like it's that. I told you a bit about my friend Katie and when she left, and now I want you in the comments to tell me a bit about when one of your friends left or when you moved, and if you're still talking to them or anything. Maybe liking their Instagrams or tweeting them sometimes, you know. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content. Summer's officially here, so a lot more is going to be coming out. Sorry for the hiatus, but it's going to... CullenSoYeah is going to take on a new face, and you will probably see that soon happen. One thing that will never change even at the times 2 is insert quotas here. Finally, this week's quotist is my dear friend Katie, who leaves us with the inspiring poetry she wrote to me last night on Skype. All of us can learn a lesson from this, by the way. If your friend leaves you, don't feel blue. Just send them nudes. Okay, peace out, guys.